Hey friends, this is Brian with the Kentucky Woodsman. I'm over here in a deer stand and just saw a huge buck. I mean, his antlers were probably 12-14 inches high, and they went out at least that far on each side of his ears. I mean, he was the biggest buck I've ever seen in the wild, and right underneath the blind hair along with two does. So I couldn't get a shot on him. I was all the way across the field and had nothing to bench rest on. But anyway, he chased the two does off in that direction, and I'm hoping that he'll come back here, because man, that is a wall hanger right there. So I'm out here. It's the third week of November, gun season in Kentucky, and I mean, there's just deer everywhere out here, and I've got all day. It's morning, sun just came up, so we'll see what happens today. Hopefully we'll connect with a real nice one. No matter what happens, I'm going to try to at least get a doe today, so be praying for me, man. But anyway, I'll show you what it looks like around where I'm hunting here. The buck ran off in that direction right there, right down that hill, right straight down through there. And last year I seen a really nice one right along in there, but he was moving that way, chasing some does, so I had my gun poked out this way. By the time I got my gun out and in the other window, he was gone. But that's about a 250 yard shot this way, and right here is about 100 yard shot, and then I've got out this window, I've got probably a 50 yard shot. And the buck was actually standing, he was standing right here by this branch that's overhanging. So I guess he's got him scraped there waiting for the women to arrive. But out that way, that's where I came in at, all the way down right in there, and that's about a 350 yard shot. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this is prime Kentucky deer country here. So I guess we'll get what the Lord brings our way, you know. I mean, there's no telling. You can sit up in the right spot, but he's going to send by what he sends by, you know. Okay, so stick with me on the Kentucky Woodsman. Okay, I've been sitting here for a couple hours, and I haven't seen a deer since I walked up here to the stand, but been hearing a couple of shots around me, so I know they're moving. The rut's on. Like I said, it's the third week of November, so just kind of going down. But I tell you what, boy, that buck looked like he was right after them does, so I would say it's still going on pretty good. But I didn't get a chance to eat breakfast this morning. I was in a hurry to get here, and so I rigged something up so I can make me some peaches and cream oatmeal, and got my little Snow Peak. It holds a little bit, little pot, and then I put my sterno on the lid there, and then didn't have nothing to hang it from, so I had a grunt call. I figured I'd hook it over that nail and hang it, and you know, it works out just perfect right there. So once that heats up, and let's see what we got here. I've got some peaches and cream oatmeal. I'll have me some breakfast, and then hopefully a deer will come by. Anyway, back to hunting. Okay, I got me a little doe. Got her butts facing me. I don't know if I'll get the shot. We'll find out here. Okay, I just had an opportunity on a doe and I took it. Hadn't seen anything since this morning bright and early, and I told my wife, I said, well, if I saw a deer, a doe, I was going to go ahead and take it, and that way we'd at least have some meat in the freezer. So she was out there probably about 100 yards out or so, and just feeding, and so I popped her one. So anyway, I hope you got it on video. You could see it. She was grazing right out there, and I shot her and she went straight down, and then she got up and ran straight over here to the left. So let's go over and see if we can find her. Okay friends, boy, it's a hard track on this deer. I didn't see any blood until right before I found it, but anyway, here's what I found. Spot right there, and then if you notice this deer trail, there's a slide, and it almost looks like something slid down, and it sure did, because there's my deer right there in the creek. So it ran a little bit. I got a pretty good shot on it with 308, and I shot it up in that field right up there, ran all the way down this hill, all the way down, slid down this bank right here, and then ended up down here in the creek. So hot dog, we found it, and now I got some good doe meat, and looks like a nice healthy one too. So I'll go ahead and get it out of the creek and get a field dressed, and then this evening we'll see if we can get Mr. Buck to come around. Okay, one successful hunt. God bless.